What's going on YouTube, colleagues, friends, and family and likings? This is Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, and this is an intro to my first segment in introducing weight loss. So by the end of this video, if you like what you heard, please leave a comment and leave a topic or specific area dealing with weight loss that you would like me to kind of hit on in case I don't cover. But like I said, this is just a general base of intro into weight loss. So if you like what you heard, please subscribe, and when you do subscribe, hit the little bell button. That way you'll be notified when I post other videos. Other than that, let's go ahead and get this video started, and I pray and hope that I say something that's going to educate you and help you and motivate you to want to do this thing. Alright, let's get it going. What is going on, everybody? So I'm going to go ahead and jump right on into this, okay? So when people come to me and they say, what can I do to lose weight? I automatically go in there and I kind of correct them. It's not weight that you want to lose. When it comes down to it, what you want to lose is fat, you know? So here's the thing, and I know it might sound elementary, but it really is some things that people don't think about. When you step on that weight scale doesn't decipher between the weight of your hair, the weight of the water or material that's in your body, like, you know, food. It doesn't go factor in the clothes that you're wearing. It doesn't factor in how much your muscles weigh. It doesn't factor in how much your bones weigh. Okay? So when people say they want to lose weight, I instantly get their mind off of thinking about this number that you're going to see on a weight scale. You know, it's the fat that you want to lose. Okay? So we can already get that out the way. It's the fat that you're trying to lose. Okay? So what we need to know, or pretty much understand, is what fat is. Fat is nothing but a physical form of energy that's stored away, that's waiting to be used. That's all it is. That's what fat is. Fat is just stored away energy. Now, fat can become a danger when it's too much of it on your body, and it starts to pretty much enclose your heart or enclose the liver, and you know, you have fatty kidneys and different things like that, to where those can't even properly function. But again, fat is just stored away energy that is waiting to be used. That's what it is, okay? So now we got that out the way, we all can be on the same page that it's not weight that you're trying to lose. You're wanting to lose fat. And once you understand that, you will begin to feel better about not worrying about this number on a scale, but worry about how it looks with the clothes that you put on. You know, you can be, let's just say, you can be someone that weighs 250 pounds, and you can be getting thinner, but that weight scale number is not changing. And the reason being is because it can be a possibility that you are gaining muscle, but you're losing fat. And everybody knows that muscle weighs more than fat. I can take a thin strip of muscle, okay, that weighs 1 pound, and it looks real thin, but then a pound of fat might look something like this. It might look this big, you know, but which one would you rather have sticking to your body? That thin little strip I was talking about, would you rather have that sticking to your body, or would you rather have the glob sticking to your body? Both of them weigh a pound, but one's don't look like it, one looks more than a pound, okay? So that's why I usually kind of start people off with a mind thing. And here's the thing, when it comes down to it, if I can't get you to change your mind about how you feel about losing the weight and changing the way that you're going to be eating, then there's no sense of us pretty much even starting this. Because some people, they talk about, I gotta get in the gym, I gotta get me a trainer. Well, the first thing people need to do is get their mind right about the food that they eat, okay? And I might not have enough video to pretty much go into details. It might have to be broken up in segments, but here's the thing. If it didn't come from the ground, and if it's not like a natural thing to drink, that right there can already have you on 80% of losing the weight. Because in nature, you're not going to find potato chips, you're not going to find soda, you know, you're not going to find pasta like macaroni and cheese and things like that. You're not going to find I was getting ready to say something a little crazy. You're not going to find greens, but you will find greens. But you know, the way that some of us do it, putting turkey necks and fat back and ham hocks in it, you know. So anyway, that's the first thing I do. A lot of family and friends that know me and colleagues, they know that if they come to me about a particular ailment or something that they might have, the first thing I do, I say, what have you been eating? That's what I want to know. What have you been eating? Because it helps me get to the root of what's going on with them. So, but right now we're talking about weight. We're not going to go into medicinal type stuff. So when you want to lose weight, I got to be able to actually give you some type of plan to where your diet is going to change, because that's where it's in. It's in the diet. So a person that's overweight, they might have fat on their body. You pretty much need to put your body into a state called ketosis. And ketosis is pretty much where your body is using the fat as fuel to energize you to get through the day. I mean, your body kind of does that anyway, but it's not able to burn off the stored energy that you have because you constantly putting it in there. You know, if you burn gas in your car and you only burn a quarter tank and go fill it right back up, it's not going to burn any gas. Okay, so the fat that's in your body, you burn it every day, because your body burns, I think, roughly anywhere from 22 to 2,500 calories a day, and that's like hardly doing any activity, especially if you're just an average Joe and all you do, you go to or from work, you kind of walk a little bit. If you do within something like 10,000 steps, I think your body's going to end up burning somewhere between 22 and 2,500 calories a day. So a pound is actually 3,600 calories, okay? That's how much a pound is. It's 3,600 calories. So your body is almost burning close to a pound every day. But if you're putting way more of that in there throughout the day, then it's not pretty much, it's at a loss. So people say, well, how do I get the weight off? You know, I know the first thing people want to do is hit the gym, find a trainer. But how did the weight get on? You know, you didn't just magically wake up one day and say, oh my God, like, I'm fat. You didn't do that, or you looked at yourself and seen like, man, my stomach is sticking out a little bit. What is going on? No, it came by eating, and it came by eating the wrong things. You know, so that's how it got on there. And that's pretty much going to be the bulk of how it comes off. There's people that lost a lot of weight and did not do anything in the weight room at all. You know, because they put their body into the state, like I told you, that was called ketosis, where their body would actually burn off the fat because they weren't putting anything in there for the body to use. So this is how it works. Let's just say through a typical day, I don't know, an American diet might consist of eating like a sandwich, but off to the side they're going to have chips, they're going to have some kind of soda or some type of, you know, high sugar beverage that's pretty much high in fructose, high corn fructose corn syrup. It might be high in those things. So what happens is that when things like high fructose corn syrup, sugar, when it enters the body, it sits for a little bit, because things like sugar, high fructose corn syrup, it gets converted to glycogen. Glycogen pretty much sits in the muscle and is waiting to be used. So me like doing like this right here, right now, to do that motion, my body is using glycogen to do that. Now, when the glycogen gets low, the body can actually turn over and start using the fat, or what I call your energy reserve. But you got to put your body in a state to do that. But it can't do that if you're constantly putting things in it, and the body's just going to say, oh, well, since they keep on putting chips in here, since they keep on putting soda in here, since they keep on putting juice in here, putting all these bad calories in here, I'm just going to use that and keep what I already have on me stored there. And especially if you're overdoing it, it's going to just continue to store it away, because that's what the body does. The body pretty much takes what you put in it, and if you don't use it, it's going to store it, okay? It's that simple. That's how it works. So now I know the big question is coming in, well, what do I do to get rid of it? And you hear people say, you know, diet, exercise, drink plenty of water. Those things are so true. But what people usually jump to and do first is they try to hit the gym. I got to go hit the treadmill. I got to go in here and find me a trainer. You know, so that's what a lot of people do at first. And initially, really, there's really nothing wrong with that. But if you're going to a trainer, the first thing they need to do is definitely get you on a particular type of meal plan, okay? You need to pretty much have depending on how you are. If you're a person that, you know, everybody knows their size. If you're a big person, I'm not talking about big boned, I'm talking about you fat, you know, depending on who you are. If you got a gut, you know, you're trying to get rid of your butt or your hips, whatever it may be, you know, that's what you want to try to get rid of. So then you need to do what you need to do to get rid of that, which is going to come from the kitchen. Guess what? The number one killer of getting people fat is, it's liquids. And I'm talking about soda, pop, certain type of juices, like your typical juice, like your Minute Maid or the Prairie Farm juice, the orange one, the purple one, and the red one that you get. Those things are so high in sugar, and they're so high in high fructose corn syrup that once you put it in your body and you don't use it, your body is going to convert that to fat and it's going to store it. It's that simple. So if you're talking about losing weight, what you need to do is let me know, how do you eat every day? And I know everybody is human, and I know that you're not just going to pretty much get rid of all the things you do in one setting. I won't even push people to do that, because sometimes people get what I call this motivational inspiration, where I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. No, I'm tired of this. I'm getting ready to do it. No, I'm for real this time. I'm tired of looking like this. It feels good, and you feel inspired while you're saying it to me right now. What I do is I say, okay, now that you say that, write it down for me. Now, in about a week we're gonna talk. Let's see if that motivation is still there. See, because I tease some of my friends, and they always say things like, about being in shape, being out of shape. They always say things like, I'm out of shape. Look at you, Tyler, you still in shape. But I tell them, I hit them back. I say, you know what? Staying in shape is a whole lot harder than staying out of shape. It is. Staying in shape is harder than staying out of shape, because you're constantly on a routine of working out. You're constantly getting your cardio in. You're constantly watching what you eat. And I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all and tell y'all that I eat 100% good. I can show you guys my refrigerator right now, and you're gonna see that 90% of my refrigerator is all fruit and vegetables, and we have water in there. But if there is juice in our refrigerator, it's gonna be because we put it through my juicer and we made our own juices with it. And now sometimes we buy a place, and I don't get any endorsements from them, is Boathouse Farms. They got really good juices that are pretty much pressed out. And sometimes I'll get them because that's the closest, well, as far as I know right now, that's the closest to getting juice in its purest form from fruits and vegetables that you're gonna get, because it looks and tastes just like it does when it comes out of my juicer, okay? So anyway, yeah, the soda, the chips, the snacks, the cakes and all that, if you are not going to be able to let those things go, then there's no sense of us even talking about trying to get you to lose weight. If you can't let go of those things, it's just going to be a waste of time, because this is what's crazy. Let's just say you go to a gym. I put you through a real harsh strenuous workout. I mean, you sitting there, you sweating, you feel like you about to die. You take things like, man, the next day my thighs were so, I couldn't even hardly walk. You went through all that hell, all that hard working, and in that session we maybe had burned 300-600 calories, but then yet you go home and you eat something that's going to pretty much eliminate completely what you did in the gym. So it was worth it. You burned 300-400 calories in the gym, but then you went home and you ate this super high carb, super high fatty, super high sugary food that's going to convert everything into fat, and then the calories that's within it too. It was pointless to do it, So that's why, if you really want to do this, I really gotta know your mindset. If I can't get you to get rid of those things that's actually keeping you fat, then some certified trainers, it's just easy money. It's easy money. You start to lose weight, you feel good about it, but then you go and eat something, and then you kind of plateau out. The weight is not being lost. So all this doing is keeping money flowing in the door through those trainers, because guess what? Since you ate what you ate, now we got to hit the gym hard. And some of the trainers are actually hoping that you do go back and eat the wrong way, because it's going to keep you as being their client for a long time. But that's not what we're going for. We're not going for you doing this and not having no improvement. You know what I mean? So first thing I do, whenever I want to get people in shape, I kind of educate them on the difference between doing resistant training and aerobic training, cardio things. It can be a mixture of those, but what a lot of people do, they say, I'm just going to walk on a treadmill. I did the elliptical, I did an aerobics class, or I walked 2 miles, or I jogged 3 miles. But you notice that what's associated with that is called cardio. So let's just say if initially, I go and I run a mile. And when I ran my first mile, it was very strenuous. It was taxing on me. I was really heavy, heavy breathing as far as the lungs go. it was really hard for me, okay? After about 3 weeks of running that mile, it's not gonna be as hard anymore. You wanna know why? My heart is gonna get in shape for running that mile. My lungs are gonna get in shape for running that mile at that pace that I ran. So initially, when I ran that first mile, it was real taxing on me. My body never did it. My body might burn, I don't know, 3, 4, some odd calories to get through that first mile, you know, because my whole body has never done that. Now, by the time, 4 weeks, 6 weeks roll by, and I've gotten used to running that mile, it is no longer having me breathing hard. I don't feel as taxed from running that mile no more. I'm not even out of breath no more when I run that mile. Well, guess what? Your body may not burn as many calories as it did before because it's used to it. In other words, the heart got in shape, but it doesn't mean that the thighs or the back or the core, the shoulders, the arms, the butt got in shape. Even though those things do kind of get toned from running mile, but what I'm saying is that in order to burn a lot of fat, you have to do the muscles that burn the most fat. So working the quadriceps, the hamstrings, and the butt, those are the biggest muscles on your body. So those biggest muscles, if they're being worked, they're going to demand the most calorie uptake. And what I mean by calorie uptake, the legs, they are going to be what's burning the most calories in your body, is the legs and the butt. Those are the biggest muscles. So that means they're going to demand a lot of calories from your fat to be used. So that's what they use, okay? So what I like to have people do is a combination. So a good thing to do as far as burning fat and glycogen is HIIT. That's high intensity interval training. That's where pretty much you elevate your heart rate real high, then you bring it back down into a steady state. Then you elevate it back high, then you bring it back down to a steady state. And studies have shown that that's actually one good way of burning fat the fastest by doing that. And the really cool thing about that is that it has like a 24 to 36 hour afterburn versus when you only do aerobics, like a treadmill, aerobic class, run the mile, anything like that. When you do things like that aerobic, they only burn calories while you're doing it. Within, I think, 5 minutes of after doing things that's aerobic related, your body stops burning calories. Versus when you do resistive type training, where you are lifting weight, pushing weight, forcing your muscles to be used in a strenuous way, it has a 24 to like a 36 hour afterburn. So that is really beneficial to the body. So where do you start? Again, you start in the kitchen. If I can't get you to change what you're doing in the kitchen, there's no use for you doing a workout. Now, another thing I'll tell you guys is that most people, you see commercial where it shows people there, they're working out, they're doing what they need to be doing in these videos, and these people are sweating like crazy. And these commercials said things like, look at the sweat coming off. And people are in there going, look at me, look at my shirt. I can literally feel the sweat melting off of me. And then all of a sudden things get put in your mind like sweat melts off of you. It doesn't. You know what? Fat does not melt off of you. Fat does not come out in your skin and all that. And people think that they're burning a ton of fat because they're sweating. Sweating is only a means for your body to keep you cooled off. Okay? That's it. Sweating does not mean you're burning fat, because my side of the family, especially on my mom's side of the family, we can be outside and it don't even have to be that hot outside and we're going to be sweating. We can be in that house and can actually just be eating food that might be warm and it causes us to sweat. I can't even take a hot shower. I can't even take a warm shower because I sweat in a warm shower. I have to have the water pretty much all the way cold so I won't sweat. We sweat real easy, okay? And sweating is only a means of your body keeping you cooled off so you won't have heat exhaustion. So let's get that straight. Fat comes out of your mouth. Inside your body, fat is pretty much in there in the form of what we call lipids. And lipid is made up in a certain type of molecular formula. When you raise the intensity of your body to doing certain things to where that fat has to be used, it is broken down and you breathe out carbon dioxide. Okay, that's where the fat is lost at. When it gets broken down and it bursts off and gives you that energy, 84% of it is lost when you breathe it out in the form of carbon dioxide. I think the other 16% comes out as water. That's pretty much how it comes out. So this whole thing of thinking that it comes through your pore and goes down your face and all that, I'm not sure that's true, but I do know that. Have you guys ever like cooked bacon fat like that, and once you've seen that bacon kind of comes to room temperature, it gets to that white sticky stuff? Have any of y'all ever like seen any of that on your face or on your skin or under your armpits? You know, you sitting there sweating, all of a sudden you look under your arm and you just see like dry like just glumped up bacon looking fat under there. So no, it gets broken down in the body, and when the body breaks that down and uses that as energy, the waste comes out in the form of carbon dioxide. I don't care how much you sweat. I don't care how soaked and wet your shirt is. It's all about the intensity that you did your workout at. It's going to let me know pretty much how much fat you're burning. And one way to know that you're losing fat is you put your clothes on. That's why whenever I have people that get on the type of program and they're losing the weight, don't pay any attention to that scale. Matter of fact, I always say, hey, can you have a scale? They'll say, yeah. I say, bring it to me so I can see what it looks like. And bring it to me, I'm going to take it and say, I'm going to bring this back in about a month, okay? Because I don't want them stepping on it, because it's not the number that we're looking for. Again, this weight scale measures everything. It don't just measure how fat you are. And that's how people's minds take it. Man, I step on the scale, I'm 220 some pounds. It makes you think that you're 220 some pounds of fat, when all alone, all you might have on your body is maybe 40 pounds of fat, 30 pounds of fat, 20 pounds of fat, who knows? But the point is that what I do, look at your clothes. That's going to be a good determining factor in how much weight you're losing. So muscle weighs more than fat, which a lot of us heard that. So if I have like a muscle fiber, or let's just say muscle, it looks like this, my fingers right here. If that's muscle, and that part of that muscle goes in your body, and it's thin, and that's a pound, versus if I have fat that looks like this, like my fist. If that goes on my body, and it looks like this is a pound of fat on my body. Here's a pound of muscle on my body. One is thinner than the other, but one looks like it weighs more than the other, although they both weigh a pound. But the question is, which one of those do you want on your body? And you know what I get a lot? I get a lot of women that say, well, I don't want to be lifting weights because I don't want to walk around here looking like no man. Nobody's trying to get you to look like a man. You're just trying to get yourself to where you're looking toned. Like they always throw things out like, I'm not going to be sitting there looking like Serena Williams, and no, that's not the goal. The goal is to lose weight because, you know, like I said, they're not going to tell you, in order for you to lose weight, you need to have your muscles use the reserved fat. That's why it's important to do resistance training. You can do all the aerobic training you want to in the world, but you're going to get to a point to where you hit a plateau. You know, and once you hit that plateau, your cardio is in shape, your heart is in shape. It's not going to demand as many calories from the body to burn because the heart is in shape. Doing that mile is not strenuous anymore. It's actually quite easy. So in order to increase that, you might need to run that mile in a quicker session, or you need to run a longer distance. So again, you want to lose weight, start off working the biggest muscles in the body, the legs and the butt. You know, do leg presses. You know, do some squats, do some possible deadlifts, or what we call some thrusters, CrossFit. So I think I'm gonna do a video. You know what? I already have a video posted on there. Look it up. It's called Ties 5x5. It's on my YouTube page, and I did this for somebody. But that right there is actually a really good way to lose weight, and you can start off doing that with nothing. And all I'm doing, I think in this video I did some squats, I did some deadlifts, I did some hang cleans, I did push presses, and I did front squats, and I think I did back squats. But anyway, you notice that in the video, all the motion that I'm mainly using is going to have something to do with the legs. But those movements that I'm doing in the video is called like compound movements. That means you're using more than one muscle to do a particular motion. So let's just say for the bicep, if I sit here and I do bicep curls, all I'm working is my biceps. So I can burn a little bit of calories when I'm working my biceps. But if I'm sitting here holding some weight and I did like a clean with it and I held it, then I pushed it up like this, now I'm sitting here working my biceps, and then I'm also working my shoulders my delts and my triceps are pushing up like this, and my traps a little bit. So that's what I'm talking about, is when you do like compound movements, is that if you get more of your body involved in the motion that you're doing, then that's going to demand your body to use a ton of calories too. So again, if you check out that video, I call it ties 5x5, and you can see the movements that I'm talking about. Those basic movements that I'm doing in that video right there, that's a really good way to lose weight. It's a really good way to burn fat, because not only are you doing aerobic, because your heart rate is going during that time, you're also doing anaerobic, where you're using muscle, what we call quick twitch muscle fibers, where these pretty much is what causes you to do like a jump, some certain type of explosive movements is what we call it. So as of right now, that's all I have for right now. But again, if you guys have anything that you think I need to hit on, or anything you think I may have missed in there, or something that you guys think I should discuss during this particular video, let me know. I'll talk about that particular topic and go into great detail with it. But again, this is my first video for doing like a health topic as far as weight loss go, and we'll see where it goes from here. And if this is your first time watching this video, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to watch it. This is Ty, Modern Renaissance Man, and I'm heading out. God bless you. You guys have a good day.